Lady, I'm here today with the Worm Factory 360. This is the bin that we have some cabbage in over here that was just not breaking down the way I wanted, and they weren't moving up to this new tray. So I added some avocado shells over here. The other day, a few cherry tomatoes that I had left in my bag, forgotten about them. I threw them in here as well, and I just wanted to peek in with you guys today to see how it is coming along. It looks like they're hollowing out the shell, which is great. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but they are at work. I mean, this is just solid. So let's see what the other shells over here look like. Like I said, I believe there were 3. That just looks like, what is this? Oh, it was another cabbage leaf. They're finally seeming to get into that a little bit. And here's our last avocado shell that wasn't quite opened up, but looks like they have found their way in anyway. And I'm not seeing any explosion of the bugs that I was worried about that kept happening to me. I am seeing some pot worms inside those avocado shells, but those tend to be an issue for me anyway. And not so much that it's harmful to my bin, I just kind of find them gross. I don't really know why. They're just assistants in the decomposition process. But always keep in mind, if you have some of those pot worms, which are those little tiny thin white worms, they do typically indicate a condition that's a little bit more acidic than your worms would want. So always consider adding a little bit of something like a buffer to bring your pH to a more neutral level. A lot of times that could be crushed eggshell, garden lime, oyster shell, things like that. So the bottom of the cabbage finally looks like it's starting to decompose. It's turning a little bit brown. There are a few worms here and there, but not many. And I do see some red mites, but very few, nothing concerning. And nothing really in this back corner, but I did achieve what I had hoped to as far as bringing them up to this level by adding those avocados and really wetting down the system. Okay, I apologize. So my camera was, or my phone here was out of storage. But what I was saying is if the bin is not moist enough, the environment isn't really suitable for the worms, so they're not going to move up the way you would hope they would. So I've been trying to really keep an eye on this. Last week we wet it down really well, and I just added a little bit more water too. So we'll keep an eye on this, and I will come back with you maybe later this week. We'll consider adding a little bit more food, but at the very least we will check in on this bin. So feel free to like this video, subscribe if you want a little bit more content from me. I've got some new things in the works, so I'd be happy to share that with you, and I will talk to you guys soon.